Hey, what's up, Blazer fans? Welcome to We Have a Take the What podcast. I am Tara Bowen Biggs, joined as always by Rose Harding. Hello, Rose.
Hi, Tara. How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. There's a lot to talk about today. We're just past the trade deadline. The Winter Olympics are going on, and we have a really fun activity that we are going to end with today. So, I don't even know where to start. Where do you want to start?
Let's talk about the trade deadline because
Okay.
we haven't recorded since the trade deadline passed. I saw that people had some big feelings. But I'll say I was thrilled that we brought in a shooter.
Yeah, that was exciting. I mean, of course, sad to see WAP go. I think everybody who listens to this podcast, I'm sure, is a WAP Wreath appreciator. I know you particular, Rose, loved him. You have his jersey,
All of
uh,
his jerseys.
all of his jerseys. So that was sad. But yeah, what do you like about what the Blazers did?
Well, I mean, I like that they addressed the very obvious need that was like visible from outer space, which was that we needed more shooting because we were not very good from three. And that really like limited what we could do with a guy like Denny who could suck in those defenses if sucking in that defense doesn't create an open shot for somebody who can make it.
Hmm.
So like they very obviously addressed that need. I mean, WAP obviously filled that need in some respects, but I knew that based on what our team was building toward, he didn't probably fit in long term. And it was really devastating. I think that it was devastating when he got hurt because then the writing was kind of on the wall. It's like it's not probably in our best interest to be hanging on to him, especially when we just need healthy guys to play. Um, but he got traded to Atlanta, and I don't know if you saw he got waived. Um, but I hope that he is able to make a comeback and find a place in the league because I do think that there are roles for guys like him.
Hmm.
A stretch five who can, give you 15 good minutes. So,
Yeah. And he's also, he's been around the world. I played
mhm.
on so many, in so many different leagues. He's already done that before. If he needs to go back and play international ball again, I'm sure he'll be greeted with open arms to go back to play international. Like he's definitely got more basketball, I think, left in him. And he's shown himself to be such a good teammate. Like who knows, maybe he'll decide he wants to get into coaching or like development or something like that. Start developing younger players, maybe even from Australia or get more
Mhm.
involved with basketball Africa so he can someday like help get more players from South Sudan.
Yeah, he's such a wonderful vibes guy. I think I've commented about this to you before, but like he brings out the softest side in everybody. He gives multiple times you've seen him giving like Jeremy Grant like piggyback rides,
Hmm.
and everybody's always got their arms around WAP. Like I don't know, like he brings a really soft side, and I kind of wonder actually if that's just going to be like a little bit more of a feature of this team, because I don't know if were you at the game yesterday?
Hmm.
Yeah, you're at the second of the back
No,
to
I
back.
wasn't at the Saturday game. I was at the Friday game.
Okay, so on TV, on the second night of the Memphis back to back, Brooke asked Scoot. No, I guess no. Sorry, it was the first game. The first game of the back to back. Brooke asked Scoot, which you probably didn't see because you were in the arena, um, about like how he walked through and he touched everybody, and he talked about how it's important to him to like touch everybody and like be on the same page and show them love. And I was like, maybe we're just gonna be like a touchy-feely team in like the best way and carry on WAP's legacy because we have that physical closeness.
Yeah, it could be. It's very exciting that we have a new player. We will learn more about him in the coming weeks as we start going back into doing our deep dives again. But you also brought up Scoot returning. So we've got previously injured players returning. Scoot made his season debut. Blake Wesley, his long-awaited return. It's exciting to see like more options. What do you think about like the way the coach is like sending out like, different combinations?
It's really fun. I mean, so one, Blake Wesley's speed is always a delight. I know that we all remember how fast he is, but seeing it again, I was like, oh God, it's even faster than I remember.
It
He just puts
really
his head
is.
down and goes. Um, But like, can I just say, like when Scoot checked in, I was like, is this real life? I've been thinking about seeing Scoot play basketball for months and months, every day, at least once, for months on end, and it's finally here. And I'm not gonna lie, I got a little misty.
Oh, yeah, it was such a long wait. And how did you feel about it when you saw him?
I felt great. And also I was like fully prepared to like be like, okay, well, he's gonna need a few games to get back into it. He's gonna need to settle in. He hasn't played with a lot of these guys before. It's a different take on the offense that he was last playing with this team. And when I watched him get out there, I was like, dang, this offense fits him like a glove. Like
Yeah.
this our style of play really fits Scoot, and I was just so pleased to see him look comfortable out there and like ready to do the things that we know he's been working toward and like actually see it happen. Like he had like 9 assists on Friday. Like he looked very comfortable, and the shot like he didn't get as comfortable shooting I think until the second half, but like that'll come. And I was like amazed at how he filled this need, this very obvious need that we've been missing. And I was like, oh, thank God Scoot's back. We needed somebody to help play make on this team that's like not Denny and like running him into the ground, and that's not just Drew Holiday. Like, I don't know. I was thrilled. What was it like to be there in the arena when he made his debut?
Oh, it was so people were just really happy. I mean, it was a it was a fun night because I think people walked in expecting like, okay, maybe we're actually going to win tonight and we're getting Scoot back because it had been a while since the Blazers have won a game. But going against the Grizzlies, whoever they are anymore, it was like, oh, maybe they'll have a chance. And then like the beginning of it was just like, oh no, it started off real slow, and I thought it was really fitting and perfect in a wonderful complimentary way that one of Scoot's first passes was like straight out of bounds, just like his first, NBA pass right through Matisse Thybulle's hands. But then he like, but I think it's because he's so excited. He loves what he's doing. He's so happy to be there. He just needs to get his little concentration back, and he was able to do that. I noticed that to me, I was like, oh, it's kind of like having not like a mini, but like a slightly different Denny out there,
Hmm.
just in his ability to grab and go, but also to pass things around. I also was reminded last year how many times they they turned the ball over because they just weren't ready for passes,
Hmm.
and how it was a little bit like that again, but it made me feel confident that they will be able to work that out. At least that part of the turnovers. I had
Yeah,
a whole The last week of turnovers has been very trying.
yeah, that's
But
great.
when we're talking about the kinds of turnovers that are just simply people are not ready and they have to remember to be ready, then I'm excited to see where they're going to go with Scoot in the lineup. I was surprised that Scoot and Drew played together, that it wasn't
Mm.
just like a straight sub out Drew send in Scoot.
It's funny though, because we theorized that they might start both of them at the beginning of the season before Scoot was injured. But I agree, it like given the state of the team, it makes sense that they would maybe stagger their minutes more because, we don't have this infinite well of ball handlers out there. But it was interesting because I think that we haven't seen Drew off ball a whole lot, but like he can get around off ball. Like that's kind of fun. And Scoot has shown himself to be more comfortable on catch and shoot threes too. So like maybe there's something interesting there.
Hmm. Well, and they got Blake Wesley back too. So it was like they got two, people who can handle the ball a little bit, come back, and two people who can go fast. And it was like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, I remember this. This was really fun.
One of the things I noticed about Veet, who we haven't, we've seen him now like 3 games maybe. I've noticed that he has started to really kind of find a rhythm in the offense. And thinking about like what the passing looks like and the chemistry looks like, I've seen him start to like, he's practically starting to pass the ball as he's catching it to a player who hasn't fully rotated to where they are going to be
Hmm.
at the end of that pass. And I think that's very interesting and exciting because it means that he has a good feel for where guys are going to be already.
Hmm.
I saw him make a pass, was it last night to I think it was Ceedy in the corner. And like on like as the ball was coming to him, you could already see that he wasn't keeping that ball and he was moving to pass that ball to where there was nobody, but he knew CD would be there and he did, and he got there.
Yeah, that's giving me like theorizing that the troubles aren't going to or haven't been in the past necessarily bad passes. It's bad reception, not being ready to receive it, you know?
Yeah.
And that takes time, that takes chemistry when you watch some of these teams play together who've played together for a little bit longer than these guys have, or with guys who've been in the league a little bit longer, they get used to that. And that's the thing about like this team and their concentration and being young is they have to like not ever let up on that. They have to always be ready. And sometimes you can see where they're not ready. And that's a growth area for them that I don't think should be like that difficult. It's just a matter of like remembering to keep it up the whole time you're in.
I'm a little curious. What do you think about the fact that the Blazers didn't open any roster spots at the trade deadline?
I mean, I guess I kind of thought that that's was going to be something that they might do when WAP got injured. I thought that
Hmm.
that might be one of the opportunities that they used. I mean, it still has to happen,
Yeah.
doesn't it? I
But is it
mean,
one or is it two now? Because now I'm not as confident about the second.
hmm
And they
I
didn't dress Caleb on Friday.
yeah. Well, and that could be that just trying to because they do have more ball handlers back. So that
Hmm.
could be just delaying it a little bit longer. And I mean, I honestly I was very surprised. I'm I feel bad about saying this, but I'm surprised that Matisse Thybulle is still there. That they
Yeah.
didn't either trade him or
Buy him out
buy
or
him
waive him or
out.
something.
Because I just don't know if he's gonna come back. I mean, it's at the point now like when I see him, it's a jump scare. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, we have Matisse Thybulle on this team. But I just in terms of like they have, CD has to get a spot. Like he's a part of he seems
He
like he's a part of their
starts.
future.
Yeah. He
You
starts
know.
for this team when like regularly now.
Yeah, and he fits so perfectly. And yeah, I'm surprised, but maybe they're just going to delay it by sitting them and I mean, is City out of games yet? He was so close to being out of games.
I think he has one or two. I think he has like two left, maybe one or two.
Yeah,
Um,
but
and
maybe they're
Caleb
going to
has a
wait
few
till
more than that.
after the trade deadline or not the day after All-Star break. I don't know like the numbers if it has anything to do with like paying because I know that guys keep their books extremely close to the line, and I don't know where the Blazers are right now with
I
that.
think
So,
they're under by like a couple million, like 1 or 2 million. Like they're close.
hmm
At last I looked. I don't like to look too much at contracts because I don't care that much about them exactly, but I have been looking lately because I'm like, where are we gonna find two roster spots?
hmm
And like Matisse is in the last year of his deal. Like, who knows if he's even gonna play ball this year? Like he had that thumb thing, but then it's clear that there's like another injury that suddenly happened with his knee.
hmm
Or I don't know if it's like suddenly happened, but it's something that's
Yeah.
like reemerged or whatever. Um, but I was like, we picked up Chris Murray's player option for next season, I think already. Um, so Chris Murray doesn't make a lot of sense. I still think that at the end of the day, if you're gonna get two roster spots, it's probably Matisse and it's probably Roops.
hmm Yeah.
But I don't know. Like Roops has been playing a lot better lately.
hmm
So I don't know if that's I don't even know how the front office would even feel about letting Roops go or letting like maybe converting Roops into a two-way or whatever. Like,
Yeah. Like we've said before, we're glad it's not our job.
thank God.
But I mean, I think something's got to happen.
Yeah, it's true. But now I'm like I was like confident 3 weeks ago that Caleb was going to get a full NBA contract, and now based on what happened at the trade deadline, I'm like, ooh, like I still think that's probably a good move for them, but I also don't think that it's a done deal.
Yeah, it would be such a shame. It would be after all that he's given for him to not even just like the making the money part. It just feels like kind of icky.
Yeah. It does. And I feel like he's earned a spot here. And if we wait until like the off season, anybody can offer him a contract.
Hmm.
Like anybody can snatch
Yeah.
him up, and maybe we aren't going to be the people who offer him the best thing. So like I don't know. I still am in the camp of like let's keep Caleb Love, but
Yeah.
I don't know how we get there.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel like we keep him into the future, but I feel like he deserves to get paid for a full contract this season because of how he's been utilized and how he's stepped up and filled that role. I don't know that he's part of the future, but when I look at CD, I'm like, oh, CD fits this role
Yeah.
perfectly.
You see why they went out and got Ceedee last
Mhm.
season. When you see him play with
Yeah.
the team, you're like, this is exactly what they want to be doing.
So, speaking of Matisse, I was watching long form speed skating today.
Hmm.
And I was thinking about what Blazers might be like play what different Olympic sports. And I decided that Matisse Thybulle should be a long form speed skater, that he'd be really good at it. And because you know how after they get started and they get in the part where they're just like doing the long glide, and I'm talking like long distance, not like the really short sprints, but the long distance. And once they get into that glide, they like put their hands behind their back.
Hmm.
And it seems like every time I look at Matisse, he's like standing by the huddle with his like hands behind his back. And then also their tights like go up a little over their ankles, and so their ankles show over there. So I'm like, oh my gosh, Matisse should totally be a long form speed skater.
That's really funny. If I was thinking if I could put Matisse in an Olympic sport, it might be curling.
Okay.
And here's why. It's kind of low-key sport, but it's like it's cerebral, right? And I think that like just as important as scoring in curling is playing defense, and I bet you that he would be a really good defensive curler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I could imagine Matisse doing curling, but I'll say I'm a curling girly. I love watching curling. I think it's a very interesting sport. I was like kind of joking around with Tyler last night, and I was like, we should get into curling and be because like a lot of the mixed gendered teams are like husband and wife.
Hmm.
And I'm like, we should do it because like the United States, like we're not a curling powerhouse. We don't have a huge curling scene, but it might be fun because I like shuffleboard.
Yeah, I mean, there's a local curling club. A friend of mine belongs to it, so you should look into that. Um, I was thinking, I don't remember in the past when I watched curling, if you this year, I feel like you can hear more of the conversations between the
Yeah,
teammates. Is
they're like
that,
mic'd up.
yeah, like they haven't been before, have they?
I
Is
think
that
that
new?
you no, so I think that you could hear some of the conversations. It's like louder though than it used to be in the past, where I feel like they actually must have
Yeah.
mics on the curlers rather than just having mics around.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's weird. And also like I don't know, like you get to hear their conversations with their coaches.
Hmm.
And that's also weird to me. I'm like, is the coach mic'd up? Because that's weird.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't I can definitely hear more than I have in previous years.
I was thinking that I think Scoot and Donovan would be a good curling team. Because they're good like communicators, they would,
Hmm.
and they just seem to have like good synergy together. So I think they could be on a cut. Because I was like, what would Donovan be if he was a winter sport athlete? And I was like, he's not a winter sport. Donovan is a swimmer. Like I could see him being like a swimmer. But then I was like, oh, he and Scoot could do a really good job on a curling team because of their communication skills with each other.
Shaden would be a men's figure skater.
I was totally gonna say that.
Yeah.
100%.
Powerful, huge hops,
And
like
beautiful.
athletic and beautiful. Right, exactly. Like everything about him perfect for figure skating. Except for
Yeah.
the fact that he's kind of tall, which
Well,
can be
yeah.
hard because the bigger you are, the harder it is to just do stuff
Yeah.
on.
But no, that would totally be his sport. I was also thinking Denny would be like a skeleton racer, just like head first as fast as he
Yeah.
can. He'd be
Yeah,
so
not
good at that.
luge, skeleton.
Skeleton. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one where you're head first, right?
Yeah. Scoot could be on a bobsled team, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Scoot could be I could imagine Scoot the driver on a bobsled team.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see that too.
Yeah. And also like like maybe just I'm because my mind is like whenever I think of bobsled, I think about Cool Runnings. Like the whole premise of Cool Runnings was that they he got sprinters to push
Hmm.
the sled so that they got a faster start. And Scoot's a fast boy.
Scoot, Blake Wesley, Denny Avdia, and then who's the other fastest person on the team?
Uh,
Can you imagine Scoot and Blake on the same? They could do
Scoot,
the two man.
yes, I can see Scoot, Blake, Denny, and then like Seedy.
Hmm.
Um, because just like like Seedy's powerful.
Yeah. All right. Well, should we hop into our main activity?
Yes. So for those of you who are staunch followers of our Blazer Cutie content, we are here to do a tier maker tier list of Blazer Cuties. We can also use this as an opportunity to kind of revisit what happened to some of these Blazer Cuties at the trade deadline because there is definitely some news on that front. So without further ado, let me share my screen and we can take a look at
I'll
what's
say that
going
we were
on.
inspired to create like a definitive tier list because after WAP got waived, we were like, well, he is an I will always love you Blazer cutie. Like he is the top one of the top tier former Blazers that will just have a special place in our heart. And so we were like, I will always love you. Dolly Parton version, Whitney Houston's version, whichever version makes your heart sing. That's what Dwap Wreath is in terms of like former Blazer ranking. And so then we
Yes.
were like, let's come up with some other songs to just to kind of describe the other tiers of former Blazer players.
Yes. So we have 5 tiers here in our tier maker. I'm going to make this link available to you all so you guys can all make your Blazer Cutie tier list. And I loaded everybody. I mean, not everybody, but I loaded as many guys as I possibly could into here. There's like 110 guys here. So get wild. But our tiers, our top tier is the Dolly Parton tier of I Will Always Love You. Uh, the second tier, Tara, do you want to talk about the second tier?
Yeah, this is the Sarah McLachlan I will remember you tier. And so that's just right under I will always love you is I will remember you. I can talk about how I kind of differentiate the two when we get there.
Hmm.
But that's tier two. Do you want to do tier three?
Yeah. Tier three is Ariana Grande tier, Thank You Next. And for those of you who know that song, it sounds a little bit catty, but really I think it's kind of presented in an earnest way where she's saying, "Oh, thank you to all my exes for teaching me certain things, but also next."
Yeah, no, I when I looked at because I wasn't familiar with that song, so when I looked at it and read the lyrics, I was like, oh, this is actually a pot like you could really take a positive spin on this because she's saying all the things that she learned from her
Hmm.
exes and how grateful that she was that she had them as, in her life at one time. So that's how I'm interpreting it, and so that's kind of like that's our middle tier right there. Thank you, and now we're on to the next players.
That's right. Do you want to talk about the fourth tier?
Yeah, somebody that I used to know. Now we're getting into the people that maybe we weren't that wild about. Like, we certainly weren't going to say anything bad about them while we were here. And it's certainly like that we don't like them, maybe, but maybe they were just really somebody that we used to know.
That's right. And that's what the artist is Gotcha, is that right?
I can't remember.
I think that's the artist. And the bottom tier, the lowest tier is Bad Blood. It's the Taylor Swift tier. This is reserved for probably just a select few former Blazers where we feel like we've got some bad blood with them, and that is definitively a not Blazer cutie tier.
And they know who they are.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Tara, I want to start by giving you a player to place in the tier list.
Okay.
Because I'm so interested in some of the players that I chose for us to for asking you to rank are players that I'm just interested in what you think of them today.
Okay, this is great. And we can just sort of feel how these tiers work for us and then kind of talk through how we're going to decide how they go. Okay, I'm arranging my screens. Okay, who do you have for me?
My first one for you is Chris Kaman.
Oh my God. Wow. That is not who I was expecting to start with. I don't know who I was expecting to start with. Okay. Okay, people are people might be surprised to hear my reaction to this. Oh,
Okay.
he's somebody that I used to know.
Okay.
I like mm, I mean, I think there was one story about how like he bought everybody a gift for Christmas, but also I just I'm just not a giant Chris Kaman fan. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
And I don't really know what he maybe at the time, I can't even remember who was on the rest of the roster. I feel like at the time we were like, "Oh, he's a vet," and they needed a vet.
Hmm.
And was Myers on that team at the same time? Was he a vet for
I
Myers?
think
I don't.
so.
So that even, yeah, he's somebody that I used to know.
Yeah. I remember like hearing like he'd have like quirky things that we'd hear about him that were like, you know how like every now and then you hear something about Steven Adams and you're like, oh, he sleeps in a sleeping bag. That's hilarious. But so
Yeah.
is Steven Adams. That's how I feel like everything I've ever learned about Chris Kaman feels in my mind is like something you're like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's so Chris Kaman.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one that I think I know where it's gonna go, but I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 99% sure. How about Ed Davis?
Oh my God. Stop it. I will always love you, Ed Davis.
I thought so.
Please.
I thought so, but you never know until you ask, right? I don't want to make an
That's right.
assumption.
He is like he's a top tier Blazer for me. Um and you know, will remain there
Yeah.
until I forever or like till I hear something horrible that I didn't know about him.
Yeah, that's where I would have put him for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Ed Davis. Um, let me ask you, Patty Mills.
Oh, I will remember you.
Okay. Patty Mills is I will
I
remember you.
loved Patty Mills. But the reason I put him in I will remember you instead of I will always love you, and this logic may not hold out for everybody. But the line of the song is I will remember you. Will you remember me? And when you look at Patty Mills's career, I don't think Portland would be what he would call his home team.
Yeah,
I
that's
think he
probably right.
identifies stronger with the Spurs. And the I will remember you tier is so just barely under I will always love you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where I'd place him. How about you? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think that's a good place. I also might just place him in Thank You Next.
Oh, okay.
Which is not to say that I don't like Patty Mills because I do, but like if I really think back on it, I'm like, I don't remember a whole lot about Patty Mills's contributions here in Portland, really. I mean, I remember enjoying it at the time, but I don't like the details of it are fuzzy at this point.
Yeah, I just remember there's certain players that I just get a thrill every time they went in. Right?
Hmm.
And especially if they weren't starters, especially if they were bench players. And I just remember the thrill of whenever Patty Mills got to be in there. And I think he was one of the earlier like international players that like imprinted on my memory.
Hmm.
Besides, Petrovic and Sabonis, who were like, stars. He was
Right.
kind of like that, the beginning for me of like understanding about like truly the international basketball wasn't just about like superstars coming in. It was like just an international league.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, let's see. I gotta give you one. Okay, Carmelo Anthony.
Oh man, Carmelo. Okay, so here's the thing. The Carmelo Anthony era was fine. It was like I feel like he came here at a time where the team wasn't that good and it was just nice to have him be like a guy that we could look forward to seeing during a dark era. So Carmelo Anthony for me is probably I Will Remember You. I'll remember
Oh,
you. Um, Simply because at the time there wasn't a lot of other things that were nice to remember.
yeah. So I think I would have put him in actually at Thank You Next. Um, a lot of for the same reason of like it was a time where like things had already fallen off the rails.
Yeah.
And when he came, it was like half of the fan base had something to be excited, had something new, like a shiny new thing to be excited about, and then
Hmm.
the other half were mad about it.
Yeah, that's true.
And the whole mad about it phenomenon of it took a little bit of my personal enjoyment away, but I don't have a problem with him being under I Will Remember You. It was so divided um that it
It
took a little bit of
was.
my thrill away.
It was. I just remember thinking that like at that time there was so few things to be happy about
Hmm.
during that era,
Yeah.
that it was just nice for us to have some like to also like I mean, so granted he was an aging star that like it's not like I mean he was sitting at home.
Yeah.
Um, but like it was still nice for him to like instead of just declining to show up and play and be have a little bit of success here and bring his star power.
And it was fun to have like the media circus be about somebody on our team for once.
Yeah, for sure.
It was just
For
like,
sure.
oh, it just kind of like the magnitude of his stardom was so big. So yeah, he's a thank you next for me.
Okay. Um, for you, I have the whiteboard king, Justice Winslow.
Oh, I had such high expectations for Justice Winslow.
There was a moment where he was like somebody you were really
I was
rooting for.
so rooting for him. I rooted so hard for him. Um, we just didn't get it. We didn't get very much of him.
Hmm.
I think because of his contribution of the whiteboard, I'm gonna call him a thank you next.
Okay.
Here comes my cat to join us. She would like to.
Cora would
Wait.
like to rank somebody.
Yes.
I think that's a more than fair position for Justice because like Justice was mostly injured here.
Yeah.
There should be a Justice Winslow Memorial Always Injured Blazer Cutie Award. Him and Matisse Thybulle can live there.
Yeah. And it's
But
not bad. Like thank you next is like it's not bad.
yeah,
Like
no, it's not bad.
it's a like we appreciated your contributions and we were glad that you were here. It was, it was a good time. It wasn't a long time. But it didn't, really grab us and be like, "Oh, this is our identity."
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay. So I get to choose one for you now. Oh, Rodney Hood.
Oh, Rodney Hood. So, and I don't know if this is controversial, but Rodney Hood for me is I Will Always Love You. Because
Oh,
because the thing about
wow.
Rodney Hood was that I thought he came here and played the role that we asked him to play pretty well. He was like there was a period of time where it felt like Neil Olshey was always bringing in guys to like solve problems or whatever. Like Aaron Aflalo was one of those guys. They like they thought he was bringing him in to play like a sixth man type role or whatever. And like to me, out of all of those guys, Rodney Hood played it the best. And I really we have the Rodney Hood game. And I think that that is like a very magical game to me that I'll remember for a very, very long time. And two, like he did his very best to like be a good team player here. He brought his family. He shared a lot of himself with us. Like I got nothing but love for Rodney Hood. Um, and I'm happy for him to be like doing well. I saw that he graduated from Duke this year. Like I'm glad for him to be doing good life stuff afterwards. But because of the Rodney Hood game for me, he will be and I will always love you. Because that team doesn't sniff the finals without him.
Hmm. Well, I don't think it's probably controversial. I think you probably have a lot of people in that same boat. For me, he would have been either an I will remember you or a thank you next. because not because I didn't. I mean, obviously that Denver game was like everything,
Hmm.
but outside of that, I always forgot he was there. He was always someone was like, oh yeah, Rodney Hood. So I think I probably would have done him. I will remember you,
Okay.
but I'm totally happy to see him up there for you. As I will always love you.
Uh, let me ask you, Mason Plumlee.
Oh, the backwards dunker. I will remember you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to think about that one. That's a I will remember you.
Mason Plumlee, for those of you who were not following all the Blazer cuties at the deadline, I believe he was traded and then waived at the
You mean
deadline. He was
recently?
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry, yes. He was traded and waived from he was traded from I think Charlotte to the Thunder and then waived after the deadline passed. So, um
He's had himself a nice career.
yeah, he sure has. And honestly, I can't believe that he has lasted this long. There's like a certain type of, I think, like center who can have a very long career, um, like middle to end of bench. Like
Mhm.
some of the guys out there, some of the like kind of like 4 or 5 type guys, like they can have very long careers just hanging out. Like I don't know what that's about, but you see it like Drew Eubanks is still out there kicking around. Not somebody you're going to build around, but he's technically still a king. Um, so yeah,
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna give you another one. Mario Hazonia.
Mario. So yeah.
He was
I
gonna be
so
it.
So I, several episodes ago, I talked about how I think that Mario Hezonja gets a little bit of a bad rap because of the Neil Olshey expectation machine that happened, and I don't think that that's his fault. That he wasn't the player that Neil Olshey sold him fan base as. Um, and so I think that he had a little bit of a bad stint here, in part because of Neil, and I don't think that's his fault. Um, because the expectations were probably too high for what he was. And if you look back at like his career as a player prior to arriving here, I don't know why we thought he was going to be that.
That's on us.
Yes, yes. So I will say Mario Hezonja for me is thank you next. Like thank you, we tried you out. It was fine. The expectations and what was we saw were like probably not in alignment, but like that's not his fault. So Mario Hezonja, thank you next.
So my challenge is I need to get you, I want you to find somebody that you could say somebody that I used to know. That's my challenge.
Okay. Well, I definitely got some guys on here that I used to know, but I don't know anymore. So, um, I have, I have one for you that you probably don't even remember this person on our team.
Okay.
Cliff Alexander.
Oh, Cliff Alexander, totally. Wasn't he the tank? I
That
can't
might be
remember.
right. But
I actually,
there was a moment where you did really like him, and then
yes, yes. And then he was gone.
yeah.
I don't even know if he contributed anything, so he's probably somebody that I used to know.
But it's like somebody that you probably forgot was on this team,
Yeah.
and then now you've been reminded. Gosh, where is he
Ooh.
even? Now I'm looking at the sea of faces, and I'm like, can I pick you out of a lineup? Oh, look, there's Alonzo G.
Oh God. Oh.
He had big hair.
Well, maybe we find Cliff Alexander later.
Yeah, by Cliff. I know he's here because I grabbed him and I was like, oh, that's what you looked like.
Did
Yeah.
he
Oh,
even
here he
play?
is. He's right here.
Did he even play for any? Oh, so he did
Yeah, he's
play
right
for
here.
somebody else. Is that a Cavs uniform?
I think that's the might be the Pelicans.
Okay, it's either Pelicans or the Cavs. Okay.
He
Um,
might have come over in the Alonzo G trade.
wasn't that with Aaron Aflalo?
No, Aaron Aflalo came from the Nuggets.
But wasn't that all part of who? What there was like there were two players that came in. I can't remember who it was, but since we've mentioned Aaron Aflalo a couple times, I'm actually not going to say him. I'm going to say Will Barton
Oh,
because that's who he was traded for.
I really like Will Barton. The people's champ. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna say that Will Barton is I Will Always Love You.
Wow.
And the reason why here's the reason why. So I had like a Will Barton like People's Champ t-shirt that he
Mhm.
says, remember when it was more popular for players to just sell their own merch?
I know. I have a whole merch rant I need to go on. For I can't I do not want to like say bad things about the people who are designing the Trailblazers branded merchandise, but it is not exciting. And like I'm I miss the days when we had so many more creative people like making individual things, like the heyday of I'm Trying Jennifer,
Yes.
where like they're just we just don't have as many creators out there. Proto Plutonian continues to make great stuff, but like we used to have a lot of people making stuff, and so you could have these like fun little niche shirts, and you'd be like, "Where'd you get that?" And then you'd like go discover this whole new artist because like one person was wearing their t-shirt in the arena. And now I walk around the arena. I was just telling this to my husband last night. I'm like, none of this merchandise is singing to me. It
Mm-mm.
doesn't. It just, I feel so bad. I usually buy the ones that like they have commissioned local artists to make, and
Yeah.
they're cool shirts, but they don't even look like Blazer stuff. So I'm buying them to support the artists, but not because I'm like, oh, this really screams Blazers to me. So if
Yeah.
I'm just like missing like some amazing Blazer creators out there of merchandise, please let me know. But like you were just saying, the players themselves used to make more merchandise. We had the Bosnian Beast line.
Yes.
We had the Will Barton line. We had Greg Brown, We Dunk Weird.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I forgot about that.
who else did I have? Okay, anyway, I
Mo
interrupted your
Harkless had one.
story. Finish your story. I'm sorry I interrupted your story about Will Barton's shirt.
Okay, so anyway, I had one of and I still have this People's Champ
Hmm.
shirt. With like him, I think like dunking with like a big sun behind him. It's like it's great and it says the People's Champ. Um I wore that shirt when I took my what's it called? I don't even remember the name of the test. The test I was taking to go into graduate school.
Oh, the MCAT?
No, that's for medicine.
Oh, okay.
But yes, whatever that is, I forget. I don't remember what it's called anymore. Thank God. Um, so I wore that to take my exam to get into graduate school, and I I think I posted a picture of myself wearing that shirt on like you know socials. I think it was maybe Instagram, and Will Barton came into my comments and wished me good luck.
Oh, he was so good about that stuff. Oh my God.
Yes.
I love that. Oh my gosh. I
Yes.
love that about him.
So
Yeah.
I got a great score and I got into the exact program that I was there to get into. And so Will Barton is part of my own personal journey of getting my master's degree.
Yeah. I have the t-shirt that's just his big face with his giant smile, and it
Oh,
just says the people's champ. And then I posted it and tagged him, and then like he reshared it, and like I I can't remember how or why, if it was related to that. But anyway, he ended up sending me a basketball with his signature on it. So I have a Will Barton
oh,
basketball
that's
too.
so great.
I
See, he
know.
was so attentive to us as fans. Like, and
He
he like
was.
loved it when we supported him. And for that, I'm like, I will
Yeah.
always love
I
you.
will always love you. Yes.
You were a good one. And, thank you for engaging with us and also like, being a good guy and a good basketball player while you were here. I was sad that
Yeah.
we traded him and before we got to really see him kind of blossom.
Yeah, and I'm sad that he identifies more as a Nugget probably,
Yeah,
even though the Blazers drafted him. But it was the Nugget baby that he fist bumped. So,
that's right. Will Barton. Gosh, Will Barton. Okay. I have one for you.
okay.
Rondé Hollis Jefferson.
Oh, my heart. But did he ever even end up playing a game? Did
Don't
he? He
know.
was there on like a 10 day, and he must have played a game. Oh, I can't give him an I will always love you, although my heart screams that I should.
Didn't we draft
Um,
him too? We drafted him, technically.
well, technically, and I was
Yeah.
so excited, and then 10 seconds later they traded him. Um, but so I'll give him I will remember you, but
Okay.
in my heart I'm singing I will always love you. But I feel like and to be fair. These are scientific rankings, and I have to
Right.
like be true to the science behind it.
I'm pretty sure this looks like he's in a Blazer uniform in the
Yeah.
in his basketball
Well,
reference
yeah,
headshot.
because remember he came back and had a 10-day during one of
Right.
those and it was when, oh, here's your next one to think about. Derek Jones Jr. Um, because they were both from Chester. Was it the Chester connection that I wanted so bad to happen? I wanted Rondé Hollis Jefferson to throw a lob to Derek Jones Jr. so that we could say we had the Chester connection. I
I
think it
think
was
that was right.
Chester.
I think that was right. I do remember this bit a little bit, but it's a long time ago.
Yeah. So Derek Jones Jr.
Derek Jones Jr. What do I think about Derek Jones Jr.? So like he was kind of at the end of like that Stotts era of Blazer basketball, and we never really used him very well, and that always like bothered me. But like he came to us from the Bulls, and like we heard all about airplane mode, and I just never saw it. And
Hmm.
that was like, so I'll say like he feels like somebody who I should love, but like I don't remember much to love about him exactly of him in a Blazer uniform.
He wasn't given the opportunity to show his true self, I think, his true, what would have made him a, top tier.
Yeah,
He
so
never
he just
got a
like wasn't as
chance.
memorable to me. And
Yeah.
so like because I can't think of anything about him where I'm like, "Oh, I really liked that when you were
Hmm.
here." There's actually it's funny, I can think of things that I like about him when he wasn't on our team.
Yeah. He's doing great on everybody else's teams.
Yeah. So in that vein, I guess I should say he is probably thank you next for me
Hmm.
because it just didn't quite work out for him here. He's not
Yeah.
very memorable Blazer for me, even though I like him very much as a player.
Yeah. That's fair.
I wanted to like him though. I wanted to
I
see that
know.
airplane mode.
We were poised. We were poised to be a huge Derek Jones Jr. podcast.
That's right. Okay, I have one for you. We have to do it. Gary Payton too.
Ugh. Bad blood. Done. Next. I'm sure he's a lovely person.
Sure.
I'm sure he's great,
Could be.
but
Um,
that's where he goes.
yep, that's right. That's
Oh,
right.
okay. So I have to give you one. Okay. Well, do I want to do that one or do I want to do? Okay. This is a tricky one. Ennis Freedom.
Oh God.
That is such a hard one.
It's hard because on the one hand, when he was here, he played an important role for us, but
It was also kind of a clown.
yes, he was so corny.
Yeah. And to have him and Evan Turner at the same time was truly a gift, if you think about it. Like, because Evan Turner, you could just tell was like rolling his eyes at him the entire time.
Yeah, he was like corny and dramatic, but also we needed him because like remember like Nurkic was injured, like
Hmm.
he had to assume a starting role. Sometimes I think about that year and I'm like, if Nurkic hadn't broken his leg, what would have happened to that team? Would they have done better?
Hmm.
Because we were starting,
They were really cooking.
yeah. And then he had to like play starting center for us. And I remember him like being like so dramatic about it. He
Yeah.
was also it was like also aligned, I think, with what's the high holiday, the Muslim high holiday where everybody fasts?
Oh, yeah. Um, Ramadan.
Yes, it was Ramadan and he like was fasting during the playoffs
Yeah.
and he was like really dramatic about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he put himself on the line to step up under difficult circumstances. He just had to go on and on and on about it.
I know. It was like, and I'm like all of the things he did, like good for you, but like I don't need to hear about it every day, all the time.
Mhm.
But then there's a part of me where I'm like, oh, but I do remember your nice videos from when you were stuck in the elevator, and I liked those. So like him being chronically online did serve me in some circumstances, but ugh, it was really annoying in others.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of feel like he might be a thank you next because we can't deny that he contributed. What do you think? This one is yours.
Uh, I think that Ennis Cantor, if I'm being completely honest, Ennis Cantor is somebody I used to know.
Okay, that's
He's
totally
some
fine.
he's somebody that I used to know. And at the time I was cool with what he was doing here. And like honestly, I've spent a lot of time trying to forget him. So
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
used to know him.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, sometimes people are in your life for a short and loud time, and you have to acknowledge it, but you don't have to elevate it. Let's just say.
A loud time. That
Yeah.
suits his tenure here quite well. Uh, okay. Yusuf Nurkic.
Oh, I will always love you.
I thought he might live there. But I was like, that whole tier is all me. So, like, I should give you a chance to put somebody in the top tier.
Yeah. I mean, to see what he went through and what, also another guy who was I mean, our we had a good chunk of time where our team was incredibly corny. And he was definitely one of them. But also just yeah, I will always love him
Yeah.
with all the
Nur
regular caveats.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I'm glad to see him playing so well in
I
Utah. Like,
know. Getting all he had three triple doubles in a row.
yeah, I think that's
Crazy.
right.
Good for him. And now who on do you know what Utah is doing? Do you understand what Utah is doing?
I think that at the trade deadline, what I learned is I don't know what half the teams in the NBA are doing. Because some teams that I thought were tanking are maybe not, like Utah. And some teams that I didn't know were maybe thinking about tanking are now.
Yeah.
Memphis.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, I also learned I don't know half of the players in the NBA anymore. I'm like, who are these guys? But yeah, I cannot. Either that or they're just all going to be 6'11" and taller.
Yeah. I think we all collectively learned during the trade deadline that Eric Gordon was still playing NBA basketball.
That was a surprise.
Yeah. You can't trade a guy that's not in the NBA, so I guess he must be an NBA player because Philadelphia traded him.
Oh, okay, I've got one for you.
Yes.
Festus Ezeli. Remember that day we had like 2 hours of excitement as Jason Quick tracked the airplane, and then we saw the photograph, and there was a plaid sleeve in the corner, but it really turned out to be Alan Crabb, and it was so exciting for 2 hours on a July afternoon.
Right. For somebody who never actually suited up and played a single minute for the team. Um, that's I don't even know. Here's the thing is like, I don't even know if he's somebody that I used to know because did we even know him? Like,
We knew his name.
we knew his name, and you know what? His jerseys, I still sometimes see a Festus a Sealy jersey out there in the world because they were all super cheap because nobody wanted them because he never played a minute.
I mean, I think we could give him as somebody that I used to know because we certainly don't have bad blood.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, I don't have bad blood with him. Although I do remember that moment where CJ McCollum called him out and it made it to the press. Because I think wasn't it Festus Ezeli was trying to give them like a pep talk about winning um in the locker room, and then CJ was like, yeah,
Excuse me
no.
now.
Shut your mouth, you don't play on this team. Um, but yeah, and I think that was his last contract. Like he never played again, right?
I don't think so.
Um, so yeah,
I
he's
can't remember if
probably
that was that him or was that who didn't Pau Gasol also have no, Pau Gasol had the hot tub was in that was they he sat in the hot tub with Damian and CJ and imparted wisdom. I think that was his
I
Pau
think yeah.
Gasol's contribution as a Blazer was the hot tub wisdom.
I have a question. Is it like common for teams like I don't track the other teams as well as my own, but like is it common for teams to just pick up injured guys at the rate that Portland does? Portland loves to pick up a guy who's injured and may never ever put your jersey on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like we've paid a lot of guys to rehab here.
Yeah, somebody let us know.
Yes,
if they
please do.
know. Okay, whose turn is it? Let's do like a couple more.
Okay, I'm gonna give you okay, well I'm gonna give you Al Farouk Aminu.
Oh, well, I will always love you.
Well, right. Is he your favorite Blazer of like former Blazer of all time?
Well, I mean, there's Clyde, obviously, because like
Right.
it was Clyde's team that I started, and he was like my first favorite. But like, I don't know. I think I just have had the most fun being a fan of Al Farouk Aminu. I think he's been my most fun.
Right. That makes sense. Um,
Where would you put him for you? And my feelings won't be hurt.
I think he's I Will Remember You because I
Mhm.
also had a lot of love for Chief, but it's not like to the same degree. It's like not to the same like degree that you had it. I think that like the way that I feel about Ed Davis is the way you feel about Al Farouk Aminu.
Mhm. Okay, is it my turn to give you one?
Sure.
CJ McCollum.
I think I'll always love CJ McCollum. Um, but partly just because like I just think of him as so intertwined with Damian Lillard. It's like hard for me to imagine Damian Lillard here without him and like everything about Dame I love and CJ feels like his Robin. Like
Hmm.
the Robin to his Batman kind of a thing. And so for that reason I will always kind of love CJ even though like sometimes he's a little uh,
See, I would put him in I Will Remember You because I feel like CJ is another one where I feel I feel like Damian was very shaped by Portland. And
mhm.
I don't feel like CJ was as shaped by his experience in Portland as much as like the guys that I have. I mean, as like Damian. Well, Ed Davis probably wasn't really shaped by his, so
Yeah.
that doesn't really count. But I don't know. I would put CJ on. I Will Remember You.
Let's put him there. That's fine too. I like he kind of sits in between for me and partly the reason why I will love him is because it's about a different player that I really love.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Should we just go ahead? I don't even know if you
Yeah.
downloaded a picture of Raymond Felton to put him under Bad Blood.
Oh yeah, I did download a picture of Raymond Felton because I
Okay,
knew that he would come up. So let's just drop his butt in Bad Blood
so I have
where it
mixed
belongs.
feelings. I have to share. I have mixed feelings. My feelings about Raymond Felton are getting confused because obviously during his time in Portland, that was bad blood. But when I went to the Knicks game and in New York City, he was there. He's like one of those guys who hangs around the team like as an ambassador.
Yeah.
And he like was like did a presentation or he like presented like a big fake check to like an important LGBTQ organization. And I was like, well, how can I hate Raymond Felton for that? I was like, he's a
So
good,
so here's the thing. I don't think that rating people low has anything to do with how much we hate him. I mean,
or
sometimes
who
it
they are as
does.
people.
Or who they are as people, right? But like
Yes.
when I
Okay.
think about Raymond Felton's time as a Blazer,
Yes.
it was not good.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. That doesn't necessarily mean who they are as people. We're sure that Gary Payton is a lovely person. But the Portland experience as a Blazer was not good. So thank you.
That's
But
fair.
anyway, that was just kind of, it was kind of a moment where I was like, oh, wow, that's cool of Raymond Felton. And, he's clearly like very, identifies as a Nick. And so Nick fans have like really warm memories of him. So
So
I wonder, like, I bet if you'd ask teams that Yusuf Nurkic played for, they might not put him in the I will always love you tier.
that's right. But Portland loves him. Like
Yeah.
we love him because he like I don't know if there's another team out there where he's played a bigger or more important role for
Yeah.
an organization.
Yeah. Yeah. This is our ranking.
Yes, this is our ranking. And everybody and all Blazer fans are free to have their own ranking. And I will remind you, I will stick this link to this template in the comments when we post this episode so that you all can like do your own rankings and show us where you think that some of these guys land that we talked about, or guys we failed to talk about at all, because I uploaded like 110 guys.
Yeah, and we'll also add these songs to the playlist for this season. And if anybody else, has their own ranking system of former Blazers, we'd love to hear about it. This is the one that we came up with, and it was really fun.
I have to say, we would we would probably disappoint our listeners if we didn't choose a ranking for Norman Powell. We should
Okay,
probably rank Norman Powell.
he's somebody that I used to know. I'm glad for him. I'm glad that you are a an all-star. There's no bad blood. But I don't remember what you contributed. Um, so you're somebody that I used to know.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't like you and I are not Norman Powell enjoyers, but that doesn't mean that we just dislike Norman Powell, but it was just like whatever. It was a whatever era of Blazers and you were whatever and I was fine trying to like you then, but now I don't have to and
Yeah, we
fine.
tried.
Yeah.
We did our best.
Congratulations on being an all-star this year,
Yes,
Norman
that is
Powell.
exciting and important and very exciting for him and all of his many fans.
Can I ask you about Malcolm Brogdon?
Oh, yes. Mm, I think he's a thank you next. What about you?
I think that feels most appropriate.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
at the time, he was like, I was excited for him to be here.
Hmm.
Um, but he was, it was just fine.
Yeah. The Malcolm Brogdon experience was fine.
Mhm.
Okay, I got one more for you. Um, Larry Nance Jr.
Uh, I don't even hardly remember Larry Nance Jr. on this team.
So he's not I will remember you.
No, I will not remember. I didn't remember him. I don't remember him. I think he's somebody I used to know.
Yeah.
He's somebody that I don't have any bad feelings about him, but I don't remember what it was like to have him on our team. And also, wasn't he one of those guys who was injured a lot here?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think he was quote unquote injured.
Right. Okay.
Okay, wait, I know I said that we were almost done, but I saw another one down there. Seth Curry.
Oh, Seth Curry. I think Seth Curry is thank you next.
I think so too. That's where I
I think that's where he would be. He's thank
that's
you next. He was fun when he was here. I'll say right now, like I think about him, like, oh, wouldn't we like Seth Curry
yeah,
shooting?
wouldn't we?
But it was fine. I'm happy for him. Good
Yeah.
for you. Go play with your brother or whatever it is that you're doing. But
It was
not
like
losing
that.
sleep over him.
It was like it just and it continued that history of of the Blazers getting the other brother.
That's right. Blazers are the other brother.
Yeah.
Yes.
We had Robin Lopez and Harvey Grant and Seth Curry, all of
Chris
whom are
Murray.
wonderful.
Chris
Chris
Murray
Murray.
is the other
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. I'm surprised that one of the Griffith brothers didn't play for the Blazers for a while. Oh,
Honestly, it would be very fitting if we had Aaron Holiday and not Drew Holiday.
right. Also, we have Mason Plumlee.
Oh, and
So
Mason Plumlee was probably
probably
you
the
think
most
I think
successful. Yeah,
he's
he
the
was
main
definitely
brother.
he's the only one who's still in the league.
Yeah.
So
He feels
yeah,
like the main brother as far as the
yeah,
NBA is concerned.
yeah. So we got Drew and we got Mason. So we are not necessarily the other brother team. I have to take that back.
Oh, that's right.
How dare
Let
I?
me let me ask you, Drew Eubanks.
Hmm. I will remember you. The Shaka Trout. I don't know. Is he an I will always love you? Just because
I
he's a
don't
local
know.
guy?
I I put all the local guys in this tier maker because I was like all the local guys tend to have an outsized like fan like magnetism about them because they're local. And so the Drew Eubanks era was like not exactly the most successful Blazer era, but he played himself into like a multiple 10 days and then to a real contract and look at him go. He's still out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's very at very least I will remember you.
Um, I would be disappointed if I didn't just drop this into this tier maker. I'm gonna put Wap Reith and I will always love you
Yeah,
since he's an inspiration for
for
this
the inspiration.
activity.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else that you can think of that you're like, oh, I need to just drop him in there?
No, but I want to keep going, but we have to stop because people are probably listening and they probably have differing opinions and they're probably like screaming right now, going, "How could you put so and so there?" So I definitely also want to hear from people if we think we got some horrifically wrong or even just a little bit wrong. Oh, you know what? Now I'm seeing CJ Ellaby. I think we need to put CJ Ellaby somewhere. He was our first, wasn't he? If he wasn't the first Celebrator Man of the Year, he was our second Celebrator Man of the Year. I
Yeah, I
think
think
he might
that's
have been
right.
our first. So let's put him in thank you next.
Yeah, CJ Ellaby, which I think he never played for any other team. I think that after he parted ways with
Yeah.
the Blazers, he just didn't play again.
Oh my gosh, there's
Um,
so many players that we left out. We don't have Nas Little on here. We don't have Jake Layman on here. And then there's like all the older players, but this is really fun. And right now we've got six here. Why don't you read out for people who aren't following along visually, read out who we
okay.
have ended up with our different tiers.
Okay. So our tiers, as of right now, we ranked quite a few guys, and there's still many, many, many more we could have. But we'll pause it here. I will always love you, our top tier of Blazers, the guys that we love, the Blazer cuties we love the most, that will always be like hold a special place in our heart. That is Ed Davis, Rodney Hood, Will Barton, Yusuf Nurkic, Al Farouk Aminu, and Wap Reith.
Oh, what a nice lineup.
Yes. The second tier, I will remember you, the Sarah McLachlan tier, is Patty Mills, Carmelo Anthony, Mason Plumlee, Rondé Hollis Jefferson, CJ McCollum, and Drew Eubanks. Man, one of those is not like the others.
That might be my favorite because it's such a wide range covers.
That's right. The Ariana Grande thank you next tier is Justice Winslow, Mario Hazonia, Derek Jones Jr., Malcolm Brogdon, Seth Curry, and CJ Ellaby. This seems like the tier of guys that were sold to us as something that they didn't end up being.
Yeah. Yes. And um now I want to know now I want to run some simulations to see which team would win.
Well,
Like with six there's so each of these tiers has six players. So like five starters and one off the bench. Like who would win? Okay, let's finish reading them off.
okay, somebody that I used to know the Gatia tier is Chris Kaman, Cliff Alexander, Ennis Freedom, Festus Ezeli, Norman Powell, and Larry Nance Jr. This team has too many centers, Tara.
That might be my favorite.
Norman Powell's gonna play all the guard positions, and everybody else gets to fight it over for the four and the five. Okay, and the last tier, the Taylor Swift bad blood tier, is really only two guys. I don't know if there's anyone out there, if there's anyone we had left off here that maybe belongs there. These two feel like the most obvious. Gary Payton II and Raymond Felton.
hmm That feels right.
Sorry,
This
guys.
this feels right.
Yeah.
It feels good. Oh, we didn't put on here LaMarcus Aldridge. I know we
Do
have
you
to
want to?
stop.
I know. Well, everybody, if you're listening and you want to do this, the link will be posted with the episode. Show us what your tier looks like. Show
Yes.
us where LaMarcus Aldridge lands for you
Yes.
because we didn't even get to him.
Yeah. Start with LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, start with LaMarcus Aldridge and make your way all the way down to Cody Zeller or whatever.
So many we didn't get to. Oh my God, that was so fun.
That's right. Thank you for going on this journey with us. We do love checking in on our Blazer cuties. Some of these guys are still kicking around the league. And who knows, like,
Yeah.
so Mason Plumlee was waived, but like, he's somebody that, like, I don't necessarily count him out. When somebody's like, oh, I need a vet min guy to fill out my team that I'm rebuilding, he might still make it out there.
Yeah. And were there a couple other cuties that got waived?
Wap Reith got waived by Atlanta. Um,
Oh, Pat Connaughton got waived,
oh, Patty Fastball got
which is a
waived.
bummer because the Charlotte Hornets are like shockingly good.
I know, and he won that roster spot by showing up.
Yeah. And I bet you
Um,
his like just being a good vet, I bet that helped a lot.
yeah. Also, we should probably mention that remix legend Blake Hinson was picked up on a two-way by Utah.
Yeah, man, I've got it. I have a friend who is a Utah Jazz fan who lives in Salt Lake. I have to ask him when the world is going on. Maybe he'll know.
Are they tanking? Are they not?
I don't know. Because like are any of the guys like Laurie Markkinen is still playing
Mhm.
and
I mean,
yeah, I
he's
don't
injured a lot, but you know. They have that collection of large white guys that are all injured
Yeah.
regularly.
But now they have Jaren Jackson Jr. too.
I know. To play
And
with the trees.
it's yeah, it's very bizarre, but we shall see. Are the Blazers done playing the Jazz? I wonder if they play the Jazz anymore.
I think they might play them one more time.
Could be.
But I couldn't say for sure because it feels like we play them infinity times. We play them. I know that we still have some with the Nuggets left because we haven't played the Nuggets that
No,
much
we've
yet.
barely played the Nuggets, I feel like.
Yeah. So
Well,
we have a weird conference
yeah. Yeah, but now
or
it's always
division.
such a relief once the trade deadline passes. Everybody can relax. Somebody commented, was it you? Somebody commented last night about Jeremy looking more relaxed now that, you know, he knows that he's going to be on the team. But I want to know how he's going to be when he realizes he might have to play in March and April.
Maybe he's excited to play in March and April. Who knows? Like he hasn't done it in years.
I know. Be like,
They're
oh, I
always
can do
sitting
this.
him with some kind of a strain.
Yeah, he's been fun to watch lately.
He has been. I've been really pleased for him, especially because like for a while the fan base got really down on Jeremy,
Hmm.
because we weren't winning, but we weren't trying to win.
Yeah.
And it's nice for him to be able to, however much longer he's here, if it's the full duration of his contract or whatever, it's nice for people to remember why we went out and got him in the first place.
Hmm. Another person, just before we wrap up, another person I've been thinking a lot is because I'm always thinking about him is Donovan Clingan. And it's been like the last several games have really been a tale of two halves. Like
Hmm.
the was it the first Grizzly game or the I went to the Tuesday game against was that Phoenix?
Yeah,
Um
because it was at 8 o'clock at night.
oh God, yeah. Oh, here's my thing. I figured out who goes to 8 o'clock games because I was like, who in the world goes to 8 o'clock games? Young hot people. Like I was surrounded by young hot people. There were so many young hot people at that game. I was like, oh, they're like, oh, let's go out to a Blazer game. And they're like dressed to the nines and they probably like just went out to dinner. And I was just like, oh, this is kind of fun to just like kind of check this scene out. It's very different from the 7 o'clock scene.
Well, shout out then to Connor Bergen's brother, whose name I don't know, but I gave him my tickets to the Tuesday game. So congratulations, Tara just called you young and hot.
Okay, but anyway, Donovan has been uh okay, it's driving me crazy how many times Donovan is clearly experiencing a lot of pain in his hand and he keeps playing. What are
Yeah.
we doing?
They
Like
taped it up last night.
I think he's done that a few times. There's been at least three different games in the last couple of weeks where he looks like he's in a lot of pain. Okay, maybe he just is very expressive when he hurts. I don't know because they keep throwing him out there. And I know we're like in a situation where we need him out there, if they're going to try to win. But
Hmm.
like, stop stop playing somebody if they're hurt. Like we're not
Yeah.
trying to win the championship right now. We want to preserve these guys, and I don't want to lose Donovan for the whole rest of the season because he breaks a bone in his hand or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Tears a ligament and then tries to come back and wrecks his knee. Like, come on, like be careful.
And he's had some like it's interesting. I think he's had some really tough games as of late, like those that first game against Memphis, the Friday game, I felt like because the Grizzlies are playing really small right now. Like a lot of their big guys were not. I mean, so
Mhm.
Jaren Jackson Jr. is not available because they traded him. Zach Edey is out. Like they're just swarming and batting
Yeah,
at Donovan at
yeah,
his hands and making things hard. They're like all underneath him, like
yeah.
little pests. And it's been a frustrating. It was a frustrating game for him. And I felt that way when he was who was he playing recently? Like some of the center matchups he's had as of late, like I feel like he's had to work really hard on and they've
Hmm.
been really frustrating for him.
Yeah.
Um,
The
but
Phoenix
like,
game was tough on him too.
yes, that's right. The Phoenix game was tough. Um, but like to what end? I guess the problem is that Robert Williams doesn't play back-to-backs, and so he's only like available sometimes. We traded WAP, who had a stress fracture anyway and couldn't play, and then there's Hansen, and that's it.
Hmm. Yeah, it you lately when Rob comes in, he's been really able to restore order. Um,
Yes.
and not, I really, honestly, I said it on Blue Sky, and I think people might have thought I was joking, but I honestly thought on Friday night that Donovan was just appeared overstimulated to me.
Mm.
It just like it was Scoot's first game back, and I just think he was just like, he had too much going on, and he just needed to like quiet down. And then he did, and he came back, and he also like I always like it when he gets mad too, because maybe it slowed down the rest of it or whatever. But I felt like that whole first half he was just kind of like all over, and you know, it goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning about like being ready for passes. Like you have to be, your mind has to be right, and you have to do all these things the entire time. And I think for some guys, especially the younger guys, it's harder to keep track of doing all of those things all the time. So when that's what they're talking about, like when vets come in, they can just like go, okay, I'm in that mode where I'm paying attention to this and this and this and this for as long as I'm on the court, and then I'll come off.
Yeah. I mean that makes sense. I just and I agree, actually think I agree with you about Donovan looking overstimulated because I think I put in our group text, I was like, "Dang, is Donovan okay?" Because they didn't really, I wasn't able to see him as much on TV. They didn't weren't always showing him, but like in play, he looked frustrated. Like
Hmm.
while the game was like while the clock was running, I was like, he looks like he's in hell right now. And
Hmm.
he was like super frustrated. You could tell he wanted to like get into it, maybe with the refs, and like he was really upset. And I was like, "Oh, I'm a little worried about him." He pulled it back,
Hmm.
but it was just like I got nervous for him because I was like I felt like he needed to like
Yeah.
desensitize.
Yeah, like I said, he needs to take a shower. I don't know if they're allowed to take showers at halftime, but like when my kids were young and they got overstimulated, I made them take a shower, and that just reset everything.
Yeah. It's the one thing that I always like think about though when I think about Donovan is like even in those really frustrating games where you can see he gets emotional, he usually is able to turn that into something and like into a learning experience that you see quite frankly like pay off quickly.
Yeah,
Like he's able to turn something like that into like a lesson way quicker than some guys.
yeah, no, I 100% agree with you, and that's why it's so fun to watch because there's going to be a reward. When
Yeah.
in the past we've had other players who maybe didn't show that same trajectory all the time.
Yeah. So I hope that he's able to get some rest on his hand because he like it looks like it's causing him a lot of pain. And
Yes,
um
I don't like
just
seeing him
taping
in
it up,
pain.
just taping it up like I mean fine, but also like maybe give him time to heal. Maybe they're just trying to get him to the All-Star break. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's tough.
To which I
They're
would
not
say,
trying
to
to win
what
everything.
end?
Yeah.
Like, is he going to play with a hurt hand?
Yeah.
Don't get me started on All-Star. We need to wrap it up here.
Yes.
You know how I feel
Sarah,
about All-Star.
I do. We won't talk about All-Star. But I will say this, congratulations to Danny Avdia, because the last time we recorded, I don't think that he had been named to the All-Star team yet. We just anticipated it,
Hmm.
but he is now officially a reserve on the All-Star game. God, part of me hopes that he doesn't play because he's been
No,
injured and I want him
no,
to rest. But
don't
I know it's really
play.
important to him because it's his first All-Star selection, so I feel like he's probably going to play like some.
I know they have to cut his legs off for him to not play. He's gonna
I know.
play no matter what, and it makes me like, oh, so worried about him. And I'm not sure if you just saw, but Sean Hyken just put out a post that says Damian Lillard, who's out for the season rehabbing a torn Achilles, will participate in 3-point contest at All-Star Weekend. I
What?
I will allow that. I'll allow it.
Okay. That's so weird. That's so weird. I'm like, you are not okay.
But he can still hit
Gosh, they
threes.
I saw also that Mac McClung is replacing somebody in like the Rising Stars or whatever. And I'm like, is there ever a stronger signal for All-Star Weekend that it's going to be a bust when they're asking Mac McClung to come back?
They need to take a year or two off of All-Star.
It's like inviting a Harlem Globetrotter every year.
I would rather they do that because at least it would be somebody different. Mm.
Yeah, and also I think it's not even for the dunk contest, it's for like the Rising Star. I'm like, are you a Rising Star?
So just I know, hasn't he like rose?
Yeah.
Like, isn't he
Haven't you
at
been rising for a while now?
isn't he at his ceiling?
I don't know.
So well, anyway, congratulations to Damian Lillard. He's the
Yes.
only one that I want to actually participate.
Yeah. And there's part of me that thinks like maybe he just wants to rep that Portland jersey again at
Yeah.
All-Star.
Mm, good for him.
Okay, Tara, it's like
Okay.
12:45, February 8th, 2026. What's your take today?
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to recycle a take.
Okay.
Because I've been at the arena lately and I'm still not seeing lines at Top Burmese, which deserves to have long lines. Top Burmese samosas are delicious. Their wings are delicious. They have tots, which are basically just fried tofu. I mean, how can you complain about that? It's delicious. Please try Top Burmese if you have not. I want to see lines at Top Burmese. It's killing me that
And I
all Go
say
ahead.
I can vouch for the rice bowl because when I go there, I want that chicken and rice bowl.
Okay.
Everything there is good.
So everybody please give Top Burmese a try. We got to get them busier.
That's right. Tara and I otherwise are just going to be like forming our own line where we just cycle in through Top Burmese, getting everything off the menu because it's all so
Yeah.
good.
Mm, it is so good. How about you? What's your take?
My take this year is of this year. This week is about commercials. So like there's like the eco pest control commercial that I think Neil Everett like narrates
Yeah.
like every week or whatever. I don't know. But it was like it I realized that like we show bright side windows all the time. We show Axiom Eco Pest Control all the time. And I'm like, bring back local Blazer commercials where you put the players in those commercials. Like, I love Neil Everett, but I don't think he's that interesting in a commercial. And like the gems that we got out of that era where we were always putting like Rolo and
Mm-hmm.
Dame and LaMarcus awkwardly in those commercials, those were memorable commercials. Everybody remembers Shabazz Napier,
Mm-hmm.
even though he wasn't part of like a particularly didn't play a particularly large role when he was here, but everybody remembers Shabazz as the man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. Bring back local player commercials. And also, I just want to put it out there, Shaden Sharp would kill in one of those.
Oh my God, from your mouth to God's ears.
Shaden Sharp would be so funny in those
Mm-hmm.
commercials because he's so chill.
He could, I mean, he practically does coffee commercials because I've seen a few videos of him out and about, like drinking coffee. And it would be like just this much more work to turn those into coffee commercials. So he could be the new Stumptown rep. I mean, Nurkic in the commercials when he was doing the collab with, was it Stumptown?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did one commercial
Yeah.
where he was like in a van. He was like driving in a van. Do you remember
Yes.
that?
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, that was funny. Yeah, we need players and commercials and we need player merch. They've all turned over their marketing to marketing professionals, and so everything has just gone in terms of fun and enjoyment. So somebody be out there, carve your own path. Maybe Damian Lillard. I mean, is he in the Damian Lillard? He's very briefly in the Damian Lillard Toyota commercials. And maybe now that he's fully back, maybe he can like make some new ones where he can really shine in
Hmm.
those.
And Brooke was in them for a while
Uh-huh.
too. And he did sell merch like recently at Hearth, which
Oh
is
yeah.
a like a I don't know, lifestyle whatever shop in Washington
Yeah.
Square Mall. But I want like those homemade like shirts. Those were my favorite ones to buy and wear in public because people would be like, "Where'd you get that?" I'm like, "Will Barton has his own site
Yeah. I
where you can
remember
buy it."
the one from Greg Brown was like I think his sister like packed it and was like, "Thanks for supporting Greg." And they were like, "Here's an extra like rubber bracelet." And I was like, it just feel like the family was there and just yeah, just so fun.
Scoot should do it. I would buy a Scoot shirt that Scoots because his sister is like a designer, right?
Mm,
Scoot
yeah.
should do it.
Okay,
Somebody should
Blazers,
do
if you're
it.
listening.
Yes, we're dying to buy that like player specific merch like we used to because the Bosnian B stuff, it I love it, but I can't wear it to games now because he's not on my team.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. We need I don't know who we need to talk to because it's yeah. Well, this has been really fun. we're gonna include the link to how to make your own tier Blazer former Blazer player tiers. Can't wait. Please share them with us. We'd love to see them. And I feel like there was one other to do that we had, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. So thank you to everyone who listened. We appreciate you. You can find the podcast at We Have a Take on Instagram and Threads and Blue Sky. You can find me at TCB Biggs, and you can find Rose at Rose L Harding. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to go to Top Burmese, and players, don't forget to make us some new merch, and go Blazers!